I want to talk about Christian Glass, but first I just want to show these photos. That white dog looks like a dog I once knew. It looks like Shakti. And Shakti protected the neighborhood. Shakti was a great dog. So that black rancher in Colorado, I mean, this is what the fucking white supremacists, I mean, like, what? Even if I didn't like the person, I would, God, that would fuck me up to hurt one of their dogs or something, to hurt some innocent animal that didn't do shit to nobody. Look at this little baby goat. So the KKK Confederates, they were afraid of this baby goat. The KKK Confederates, oh my God, it's a baby goat. Oh my God, it's a black man who's raising a goat. Noble Havens told me that if I wanted to raise a cow or a goat, because there's supposed to be open range out there, meaning that, you know, the livestock can graze wherever, but he said that if I got a goat or a cow, that they would steal them. Who is they? The posse, the criminal fucking KKK right-wing sovereign fucking pieces of shit that you're scared of or that you're actively protecting? And then this is the hardened criminal right here. This is Booker T. Washington. That's Booker T. Washington, and if you see, it looks like he's at the shelter or something, giving people food. So I wanted to do an update on Christian Glass. So I saw some articles. Christian Glass is going to get shot up and killed. He's going to get shot up and killed in Colorado. Christian Glass needed help. He was just stuck. He's basically a hippie. And he thought that the police were good people. He didn't understand America. He thought that the police would just come in. All he needed was a little bump, right? Just push him and then push him on his way. But the Christian Glass's parents, they were talking about Memphis, some other things. So let's just get a news article here. 1 week ago, more prosecutors are relying on grand juries in cases against the police. That's got a Christian Glass there. Christian Glass case heads to a grand jury. Christian Glass shooting, Clear Creek sergeant who okayed. People are outraged. Christian Glass parents call for Colorado police departments to condemn his murder. Yeah, if you're a good guy, then you can't go around murdering people. You need to know the right from wrong. You're a thin blue line asshole, so you think that killing Christian Glass was the best way to fucking handle that. Oh, whenever my son gets stuck on a rock, I just shoot him. Like Abraham. Like Abraham and Isaac. Yeah, God tells you to go ahead and kill your own son. No, my son's stuck on a fucking rock and you went out there and murdered the fuck out of him, you fucking motherfucker. You're a criminal piece of shit. Maybe because you're a cop, you shouldn't get everything because you're doing like some other, but you killed him. What the fuck? So see, Clear Creek sergeant who okayed something. All these actually, Christian Glass case heads to a jury. Let's see here. Clear Creek sergeant who okayed breaking the car window but was not at the scene asked for his charges to be dropped, of course. Former Clear Creek County Sheriff's Sergeant was charged with multiple crimes in the death of Christian Glass is asking for his charges to be dismissed because he wasn't on duty and was not at the scene the night Glass was shot and killed. Isn't that something? These fucking assholes will stay off to the side and order you to go do a thing while they just stay in the comfort of their own home. He's probably snuggled up in his fucking Kyle Gould. So Kyle Gould is just snuggled up on the fucking in his bed with a hot cocoa and is sitting there telling his deputies to commit the crimes. Kyle Gould was a supervisor to the deputy who fired the fatal shot. Gave the order for officers that night. I think it's that fucking guy with the glasses and the shorts who he's acting like he's Mr. fucking cool guy, but Mr. Cool Guy, you don't know the difference between right and wrong, Mr. fucking cool guy. You know who's cool as shit? Christian Glass. He was a hippie. You know who I'd rather have living next to me? Christian Glass. Why would I want a bunch of fucking murdering criminal sons of bitches? Gould is charged with second-degree murder, negligent homicide, reckless endangerment. Both he and former Deputy Andrew Bowen have been fired from the Clear Creek County Sheriff's Office. Andrew Bowen, I kind of feel sorry for Andrew Boone. Yeah, he was the one that, but they were starting this shit. And you also had two women on, I think every one of them bastards should have been charged. Not a single one of them fucking cops said, hey, don't be a fucking piece of shit. No, you're about to be violent and psychotic for no fucking reason. He's not violent. He's not homicidal or suicidal. You don't get to be fucking homicidal or suicidal, motherfucker. People want to, oh, he's having a mental health episode. These cops were having a mental health episode. They need to hurt an innocent motherfucking person. Are they going to get the help that they fucking need? Sit there and all eyes on poor Christian Glass. What about them 5 fucking vultures? There's 5 fucking predators. There's 5 fucking criminal fucks that snuffed out his life. Of course they should have a trial. And they all should stand trial and sit together. And they were all in it together. Every single one of them. Even the guy that was at home, sitting at home, fucking drinking his fucking Chianti, eating his fava beans and drinking his Chianti. That conversation was muted from the body camera footage. Interesting. Apparently, Gould gave him the okay to forcibly remove glass from the car. Oh, hey, guy who's not even on the scene, can I do this guy, this nice hippie guy, a bunch of harm? Well, he's nice and hippie. He's like sweet and kind. Love, peace, freedom. Yeah, he doesn't look like he can fight at all. Yeah, he probably won't. Well, he got a knife. Oh, he might hurt us. Oh, no, now we're afraid. Because you want to hurt an innocent, powerless. You want to hurt Jesus Christ. You wanted to hurt a person that would turn the other cheek because, goddamn, if Christian Glass would have fallen back, well, then that would have backed you guys up, wouldn't it? I can't stand criminals, but it's interesting when criminals do crimes to the cops, how the cops react. They're a bunch of tough guys, but then when Christian Glass had a knife in his hand, they didn't know what to fucking do. Oh my God, we might get her, if we put our hands on him, he might put his hands on us. Yeah, who's going to protect and serve him? Only him and his little fucking knife against fucking 5 fucking cops with the state authority, ultimate state authority and all them guns? Shit. Mr. Gould responded based on what he knew. Yeah, go ahead and hurt him. I don't even know what's going on, but go ahead and do it. Fuck him. He needs to be in the fucking courtroom. He gave the best advice he could. Yeah, it was pretty shitty advice. Maybe you should stop giving advice, motherfucker. Gould was en route to the scene when Glass was ultimately killed, according to court documents. The people have charged Mr. Gould with criminally negligent homicide and reckless endangerment. This despite the fact he was not working the night. Oh, well, he wasn't even on duty. He wasn't even being paid for the crimes that he committed. That makes it okay. He wasn't even being paid for the crimes he was committing. Gould's attorney, Christopher Browsu, told Judge Catherine Chirantes on Monday, allowing this case to proceed would set a dangerous precedent for law enforcement. You don't believe in the force of... Motherfucker, if you're a cop, you can't commit crimes, motherfucker. You're allowed to do legitimate police actions. You're allowed to defend yourself, defend others. You can defend property. What you can't do is just kill a person because he called for your help. Hey, cops, can you help me? Sure. Pow, 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 pow. Well, your definition of the word help is that's a welfare check. That's how we do welfare checks around here. We need constitutional cops. Constitutional cops who knows that the point of the government of Colorado and the government of the United States is to protect our freedoms. I don't want a criminal society. I want a free society. By having constitutional cops, they'll go after the criminals, but they'll also make sure that... You ever heard of a cop arresting somebody because somebody's freedom wasn't upheld? He's allowed to speak. How dare you arrest him for speaking? And then arrest the person that arrested him? Boone's attorney also noted she would file a motion to dismiss charges. Hadn't done that. It could just be perfunctory, and hopefully the judge just throws it fucking out. But sometimes a corrupt judge would be like, I'm really convinced by this horrible argument because that's my buddy, and I'm a fascist, and I depend on the cops and the fascists, their criminal fascism. As a judge, I'm dependent on the cops and their criminal fascism, so I allow them to commit all the crimes in the world. Because I'm a judge and I'm too afraid to make the arrest myself. I want them to go out there and do it, but they don't always do a good 90% of the time they do all right, but sometimes they just really muck it all up. But I'm a judge and I don't care. I'll look the other way for the 10% because, in general, it kind of keeps everything... There's order? Yeah, there's order for who? 7 months since this happened. We saw today they're trying to get out of this. They're saying, no, it wasn't me. I wasn't involved. Simon Glass. Yeah, motherfucker. Goddamn. I'd be so... And they're from New Zealand. So we're supposed to be on our best behavior. Every time we went on a field trip, we're supposed to be... we're representing our school. We were representing our county. So you better put on your... put your best foot forward. And yet he's from New Zealand, and you have a whole bunch of fucking... I'm glad that they're being charged. If anything, good on that prosecutor. Have a case. Do you trust in the criminal justice system? Have the case, have the jury trial, have a fact-finding hearing. Make sure it's fair and balanced, and just see what a damn jury says. But, Your Honor, if the cops can't go around raping everybody, how can they do their jobs, Your Honor? Your Honor! You're a bunch of Nazis. That's fascist. That's totalitarian fascism. Let's see here. Let's read this other one. 9 News. As a defense for 2 former Clear Creek deputies asked the court to dismiss the charges, the parents of Christian Glass are asking for the police in Colorado to condemn his death. After a pretrial conference Monday for 2 deputies indicted in the death of Christian Glass, his parents called for police departments across Colorado to condemn his death like they condemned the killing of Tyree Nichols. Not everybody's condemning. I feel like there's good people and there's bad people. And the people that are saying don't murder, that's an easy one. That's an easy one. Christian Glass, 22, but Tyree Nichols is getting, some media attention because it was so heinous, and then it was 5 black police officers who got fired within 13 days. So now we have a brand new blueprint. They always act like, well, the cops just have to murder us and we can't do nothing about it. No, we could fire them and charge them and throw them in jail just like anybody else. We could use the system against them just like they've been using it against us. Christian Glass, 22, was killed in June by Clear Creek County Sheriff's Office deputies after his car got stuck on a road in Silver Plume, and he called 911 for help. After a 70-minute encounter, Andrew Boone broke the window in Glass's car, used a taser on him, and shot him with rubber bullets before shooting and killing him. Boone was indicted for second-degree murder by a grand jury in November. His supervisor, Kyle Gould, was not on the scene when Glass was shot, but he authorized Boone's, make sure that guy with the glasses... Motherfucking with the shorts and the glasses. We'd love to see the other police chiefs here in this area in Colorado come out and condemn what happened to Christian Glass. Yes. Are you a good person? Huh? Imagine, you're telling me a sheriff is just going to get stuck on a little rock and then he asks for help and he calls 911 and then the cops shoot the sheriff. Everybody's going to say that's okay for you thin blue line asshole motherfuckers. Y'all don't make any fucking sense. That makes no fucking sense. Well, the sheriff was stuck on a rock. He was stuck on a rock. And then we started acting crazy. He picked up a knife. Yeah, we provoked the whole thing. Yeah, he wasn't doing anything to anybody. He was so peaceful and loving and kind. He had a little crystal. And the idea is you rub the crystal with somebody else. But the thing is you're connected with somebody else. He needed a friend. When he needed a friend more than anybody in the world, who the hell was there for Christian Glass? And I'm glad to hear that his parents are actually speaking up for him. Because what kind of pieces of shit would allow one of their fucking... kids to get gunned down and then they just say, well, that's how it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Aren't you sad, motherfucker? God damn. But you're just going to shrug your shoulders and just say, well, the criminals are in charge and you're not going to stand up. Christian Glass wanted you to stand up. Christian Glass wants to live. Christian Glass wants to have a house, get married, get a career, raise a family, get a backyard, play frisbee with his goddamn dog Fido, but he's not going to be allowed to do any of that shit anymore. Elijah McClain with his iced tea. I'm just walking home. The guy driving, I'm just going home. Christian just driving. Like, what? What are they doing? Yeah, what are they doing? Elijah McClain had his iced tea just walking home. Christian Glass was just driving, was just parked to the side. Why did it take so many months? Why did we have to go public? Why did we have to create the pressure? She's right. Or Simon Glass is right. Why couldn't we have done the same way they did it in Memphis? Just fire the cops right away. They said it's still hard to sleep even as they begin to accept that their son is gone. If it could happen to us, it could happen to anyone. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. All for one and one for all. The people are outraged, and we have to make sure that this goes ahead, Sally Glass said. They're indicted. I hope they stay on this. I'm glad. I think that Sally Glass and Simon Glass are some of the most courageous people out here. They're indicted, they're prosecuted, they're convicted, they're put in prison, and it doesn't happen to anybody else again. That's absolutely right. But I think what they're running up against is a lot of Americans are okay with Christian Glass being killed. Why? Because they live in an upper middle class neighborhood and nothing crazy ever fucking happens in their neighborhood. So usually when the cops come around, they're coming around some dumb shit. You're hanging out with some dumb shit. You could probably avoid. If you're living in an upper middle class area in America, you probably could avoid all the dumb fucking criminal bullshit that I've fucking seen all my goddamn life. And that means it's actually worse. That means not only do you not have police protection, but you have fucking criminals all over the fucking place. You need good cops. If there's an area that needs good cops, it'd be poor areas, rural areas. But what Simon and Sally Glass are coming up against is that a lot of Americans are okay that Christian Glass got fucking gunned down for no goddamn fucking reason whatsoever. They don't give a shit about other fucking people. They asked the sheriffs just to speak out about it. I bet you they can't do it. Sheriffs can't even say the murder of Christian Glass was a crime. It was knowingly, deliberately. It's at least second-degree murder. You didn't need to do that. That makes me feel fucking less safe, you pieces of shit. You killed the fucking victim, motherfucker. He called you motherfuckers. Hey, I'm stuck in a well. Let's murder him. Pow, 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 pow. That's what you get for being stuck in a well. It's like the Uvalde cops that just stand around. Fucking Memphis cops need to pick on some 140-year-old pound skateboard young man. Probably never harmed anybody ever. But meanwhile, you got hardened fucking criminals. Albuquerque, people are getting off left and right. Their comments came as the defense attorneys for both former Clear Creek deputies asked in court for the charges against them to be dismissed. Attorneys for Gould filed a motion Friday to get those charges dismissed. The motion states no evidence was presented that Mr. Gould knew or suspected that the end result would be that Mr. Glass would be shot and killed. Kyle Gould was at home. He wasn't working. He was called. He was asked to give his input and his advice. Yeah, just go ahead and shoot the guy. Okay, boss. And then that's another thing. Just because you get permission from some piece of shit, it's like the morality of it doesn't fucking matter. Oh, you gave the go-ahead? Yeah, we're allowed to hurt this person. We get to be evil? Mm-hmm. The boss said we get to be evil. Yeah! I love this shit, man. I love this shit. That white trash woman coming in and talking about how she loves drama. Oh, I love that shit. And then 2 days later crying about how somebody got hurt and was in jail. Maybe you shouldn't have loved that shit, Maybe you should just love a nice, peaceful... Nobody got AK'd? Today was a good day, like Ice Cube says. He gave the best advice he could based on what he knew the situation as explained to him. The motion to dismiss just says officers in Silver Plume that night could not simply let Mr. Glass go on his way. His car was high-centered and it's unlikely he could have driven away, but to allow that to potentially happen would have put another people members high-centered. What are you talking about? He could have driven away. He could have driven away. You have no idea, you piece of crap. It looked like he was just parked on gravel. It didn't even look like he was really stuck on anything. Had the officers let Mr. Glass walk away in his condition with knives? God, they're making it... The 911 dispatch said, do you have weapons? And he has rock knives because he's a hiker. And so he carves knives. Yeah, I got some rock knives. Not weapon knives, but he said yes. And then he even said, hey, can I throw these knives out? No, we want you to keep the knife so we can pretend you were the one attacking us and then shoot you and murder you. Their motion for dismissal also revealed that prosecutors only called one witness, a Colorado Bureau of Investigation agent who interviewed the on-scene officer after the shooting. During Monday's court hearing, Boone's attorney said they plan to file a similar motion to dismiss his charges, citing a lack of probable cause. Attorneys for the Glass family said the motions weren't surprising and it didn't change their plans moving forward. Prosecutors filed a motion on January 24th to try both former deputies together. Clear Creek County District Court Judge Catherine Shirautis made no decision Monday. She said she'd consider the motions to dismiss as well as the prosecution's motions and rebuttals issue a written order with her decision on whether to continue. Their next day in court is scheduled for April 17th. Man, they are just fucking kicking that way down the road, aren't they? So there's Christian Glass. There's the menace to society. He had a crystal. He was a hippie. He was a kind, peace, love. He would never rob you, never rape you. He never would kick your dog, run over your dog. Like all that shit that's been happening to those black cowboy ranchers. Christian Glass would have been a good neighbor. He's a hippie. He's not a KKK piece of shit. He cares about you. He wants you to do well. He don't want to gut your fucking animals. He don't want to kill your baby fucking goat. He don't want to kill your fucking dog. He don't want to kill your fucking pigs. He don't want to kill your help. He don't want to shoot your help in the back of the chicken coop, in the back of the head. He would never have done that to the black ranchers. He's a good guy. So why did you all fucking kill him? He was a good guy. He was one of the good ones. And you all killed him. R.I.P. to Christian Glass.